What's this? A wig video? Yes, so I am making a wig for my normal repaint. I've just been overworking myself and really sick for the last month, so I decided I'm going to break this up. So this is making the wig for my doll repaint, and I think I'll have a separate dress and then all together let's give her a face up kind of a vid. And that way every, I think 3 out of 4 weeks of a month you'll have definitely some repaint-esque content if that's what you're looking for. So yes, this is my first time doing a sewn wig. If you want a proper tutorial, use the one I used, which is delightful. But I've learned a lot. I did a lot of things wrong, and you can always learn from what other people have done wrong. And man, I did 2 big ones. So enjoy. To begin with, I made a elastic loop so that the wig will fit and won't fall off, and that went fine. Sew it together, try to sew it when it's stretched. This is problem number 1. I used tight material. So as a girl, as someone that wears tights, and in England where it's always cold, there's always ones that you grow out of or are too laddered to use. So I thought this was fantastic, I could reuse them. However, I think it's a bit too thin, so I think I stretched it out too thin to begin with. I should have started with it more loose or just used a slightly thicker material. It does ladder easily, duh. So I kind of whip stitched it on, so going it down and up, I don't know, you'll see it. Apparently I'm just trusting Delightful that it's called a whip stitch, and it was surprisingly easy. It did take a while, but that's just, you know, crafting. Crafting is a lengthy process. With the head cap and the elastic keep it on bit joined up together, you've got the delightful little sack which I stretched out. You can see the pattern that you make with the whip stitch, and also how tedious it is to try to stretch it over the head. There is a certain technique to it. You kind of have to go 2 sides over and then the front or back side, or I guess you could probably do head and... no, I think it would only work that way. And I just trimmed off the excess. Doesn't want it to look like... that's not good grammar. Don't want it to look like those Christmas plays where you're wearing a kitchen towel with a hairband around it. Now we've got our wig cap, we have to make our wig. So I bought 4 of these bi-coloured hair wefts on eBay because they've always been so tempting. I've just been like, oh, they can't really be that good. They're quite that good actually. So I think these were £2 each, and I bought 4 of them because I wanted to make sure I had enough for a wig. This, I guess, I said there was 2 main problems. I guess this isn't a big problem, but it's a miniature problem. I bought way too many. This one wig took exactly 1 packaged weft from eBay, so I would recommend just buy one of those. It's fantastic. They got loads of colours. I have no profit based off this, so maybe don't listen to me, but I am unbiased. I'm making no money off of this. And yeah, they're pretty cute. I would say the curly ones are harder to deal with. It's probably easier to just buy straight ones that can be boil washed and then just boil wash them into a curl. However, I would also say that the curly ones are more likely to be higher quality because they have to be able to be boil washed or have they curled them. They are more likely to be durable and be able to last in heat. So it's a balance that you've got to come to. So I'm just going around the edge, starting off with that, and then, as Delightful's tutorial says, I went in and in and in until you get to the top of the head. So I think I'm just going to speed it up. If you want a proper tutorial of sewing it on, I just kind of went in, out, in, out, in, out. So my tutorial wouldn't be very good. Or it would just be that. There you go, you've got my tutorial. So circles, and I'll see you when we get to disaster number 2. So disaster number 2 is this top knot. I just put too much hair in it. This was one of my biggest mistakes. I just did it too tight and it added too much hair. I tried to just tie it down. I then washed it. I was preparing it. I cut it a fringe because it was just too much hair. If I was planning on keeping it and then tying it around the side, but I just needed to get rid of some of that hair. So I washed the top so that it's more flat around the head, so it's less voluptuous, voluminous, and also a fringe so there's less hair. And from that, it was kind of okay. However, the top, because there was just so much hair and so many wefts at the top, it just looked ridiculous. So I wanted it to be like a little ponytail, cute, but then I decided to glue it separately and add a weft to kind of get rid of that, and this is me sewing it up after gluing. I should have just sewn it. It would have looked so much better. I would not need to take my second step if I had done this correctly and not use glue. Why did I think to glue it? But, you know, it looks okay. It's a gluey matted at the top. I gave the fringe so it was more even and it was okay, but it was not up to my standards. I did not like that gluey texture on the top. So due to my failings and gluing of hair, I decided I needed to literally cover it up. So I could have sewn more hair on, but then it would have been back to the large problem number 2 of too much hair. So I decided to make an adorable bow to go on top and also kind of tie in the pink in her hair. So this is the bow, the tutorial, basic few second tutorial of how I made it. You should be able to work it out and implement it. Hide your failings with adorable bows and hair decorations. And thus we come to the end, a wig complete. Quite cute, I'll say. And yeah, a success made of failure and a bit of a sneak peek on the finished Gemini doll repaint. So I hope you enjoyed, maybe learnt from my failures. As always, they are very prevalent, and I hope it was a good time. Thank you for coming in, guys.